Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the live stream today. I am so glad to be back home. You don't even know. Had a wonderful time in Phoenix. And we will discuss all that. But before that, there's this. If you are watching me from any other spot than the Black Belt Bots page, go ahead and click that link. It's right up ahead in the post, above me in the post there, and you'll be taken to the Black Belt Bots page. It's important because I would love to take your questions and your comments live right as they happen. So, darlings, my name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to set fire to marketing practice that are no longer working for them because most can't get found online to save their lives. So I create messages that connect, build relationships, and close deals. That's who I am. And today's show on the bot signal here is how to find your bot builder. You know, oh, and thank you, Franco, for the comment. You are the best, my friend. Thank you so much. These lights behind me, courtesy O Franco. I'm showing up in an all different light now. Anyway, today we're going to talk about how to find your bot builder. There are a ton of them out there in the world, right? But there are a couple of things that you need to know to be able to choose the right person for you. What happens always in a brand new market is this, that, people are kind of out there. It's the Wild West. People are throwing a lot of pasta at the wall, seeing what sticks, seeing what sells, and kind of going with that. But there are a few things that you need to know, especially because chatbots are brand new, leading edge technology. You want to make the right decision. I've met a lot of people, and this is why this is the topic today. I've met a lot of people who've had a lot of problems out there. And so I want to take away that pain for you. As always, if you've got any questions, toss them in the comments for me. I will be right Johnny on the spot answering them. And so what's the first thing that must be done when you're hiring a bot builder? You need to know that their vision is aligned with yours. Okay, so as I've said, chatbot builders, I'm sure there's a new one born every 3 minutes, and everybody has a different vision on what they want the bots to do, what they're created for, what's the best thing that they can get out of a bot and provide you in that manner. Therese is here, Lindsay is here. Now it's a party. Welcome everybody. And so making sure that your vision is aligned with theirs is really important. Asking them, and knowing first of all, what's the outcome of your bot? Do you want to create relationships? Do you want to just close sales with it? Is this just another channel that can be opened up that has a greater response rate than email? And is that why you're doing this? Think about why you're doing this, and then approach bot builders. Get that focus in your head, because I've fallen victim to this so many times in my life, and probably so have you. When it's a new technology, we often get sidetracked by feature this, feature that, feature this, feature that. Oh, I could do this. Oh, well, maybe I can make that happen. Well, that'll be the start of world domination. It's easy to get distracted when people are talking to you about new technology. Don't be distracted. Get your focus and make sure that that other person has that same focus, because otherwise you are going to knock heads down the line. And let's avoid that, shall we? Liesel, hello. Liesel is here. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. Tish is here as well. I have missed you all. I have missed you all deeply. So be sure that those visions are the same. One way to ask that question without asking it outright, you can certainly ask it outright, but one way to kind of get additional insurance that you guys, their visions are aligned is this. Ask them why they got into bots. Ask them why they're doing them. If the answer is because it can increase your conversion rate 3,000%. That person is focused on selling. It just sales within the bot. If the answer is something else, if it's about, building relationships, making connections, you'll be able to identify pretty quickly where a person's focus is if you just ask them that one simple question. Why did you get into building messenger bots? Super important. I use that question too, believe it or not. I'm not looking for a chat builder because I am one. But when I am talking to other people who are building bots, that's absolutely something that I say. That's a question that I ask because I want to know who my collaborators are. I want to know who is somebody that can, be in my small circle of chatbot builders who has the same vision that I do, that I can bounce stuff off of. So, very important question to ask. Good stuff. And once you've got your visions aligned, do this. Ask if you can play with an example of theirs. Ask if you can play with something that get into a chatbot that they have built. Couple reasons for this. And of course, it's obvious, right? You want to see their work. It's just like, 10 years ago when I was doing website design, people would ask me, okay, let me see some other websites that you've built, which is, totally okay. But here, the experience of that chatbot is very, very important. It's very important that is this person designing experiences for their clients, or are they just using Messenger as an automagic text messenger that happens to go to Messenger instead of their text messages? Is this a 3D experience where you can discover, explore, learn about whatever this person is doing? Or is it a, hey, come to my thing. Hey, I'm doing a thing. You coming to my thing? Hey, I'm doing a thing. Do you want to come? Those kind of bots. And those can be really easy to fall into those habits. Believe me, I've done it as well. But you want to find something that is Disneyland-rific. You want to do this. If you can do this, you can capture someone's attention. The most important thing, the most valuable resource we all have is our time. We all have that. And if you can capture somebody and if you can get them to want to spend time in your chatbot, then it really just goes to follow that they're going to want to spend time with you in some way as well. Whether it be, a transaction takes place, or whether they be a collaborative partner, or whether they be a referral for you, doesn't matter. If you can create that experience, then you've got them. And you want a designer that can do that. You want a chatbot builder that can create an experience for you. Sarah Fox, my bot brought you here. Then, Sarah Fox, its job is done. Yes, welcome here. I have missed you. Saw you on the live stream last Thursday. Glad you're here today. And very good. So, asked to play with some examples. You want to get a feel for what they've done, how these people write chatbots. You want to do all of those things. And you must know a little bit in order to be a good collaborator. So again, these things are super brand new. You need to be able to have a vision of where you want this to go. You need to be in the lead. When you're hiring somebody to build your chatbot, you need to be the one that says, I have a vision. I have some things that I want. I have some ideas on how to go about that. You can create a really great collaborative relationship that way. And those are the best bots always. When I started out in bots, I totally did that experience where, hand me the stuff, I'll build you the bot. Those bots don't work. If there's not enough you in it, it's not going to work. Trust me on this. Teresa says, that's my goal, to build an experience. Can't wait to get started. Hey, I'm with you, girl. I can't wait to get started on yours because that is going to be great stuff. Very good. Cheryl's here. Welcome, Cheryl. Chuck, welcome, Chuck. Good to see you, my real estate guy. Sarah says, I love getting a shout out. I feel hugged. I'm gonna have that embroidered and put on my wall because that is exactly how I want you to feel in my chatbot. That is exactly it. Very good. So, playing with an example again, have somebody who is designing an experience for you. Have somebody that is planting little things for your people to find. Why do I say that's so important? How many of you heard? Let me give me an answer in the comments. How many of you heard about how powerful something called gamification is? Give me a yes if you've heard about it. Give me a no if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Basically, what gamification is making. We've all seen how powerful games are. If you don't believe me, pop onto the App Store right now and look at how many game categories there are. People spend a lot of time gaming nowadays. Most of it is on their phones. Some folks have consoles at home, Xboxes and whatnot. I personally have like a Wii from about 7 years ago. That's how behind I am on that. But gamification, making it so that people are earning levels and doing special things and finding things that you've planted for them. That stuff is what creates the glue that keeps people coming back to your chatbot. And so you want to look for those things. When you're playing with someone's example of a chatbot, look for these things. Look for things that make you feel good. Look for things that make you feel hugged. Those are the people to hire, my friends. Okay. There's another point that I have on this today, and I am going to take questions as well. Let's see here. Barbara's saying hello. Hello back. Very good. Sarah is saying, I've heard of gamification, but feel the wrong generation to understand how it works for my business. I get you. Let me go into a really quick example. So a couple of years ago, I had a Facebook community. I was a technology coach at the time, so I just coached on everything technology and some productivity stuff. And people would kind of have, all clients have issues that they want to solve, or potential clients. So the folks in this Facebook community were interested in learning a little bit more about technology. Some of them were getting my coaching services, but we would have these challenges every once in a while. And when people would join a challenge and complete the challenge, I would give them a new belt color. So you started out with white, you went to yellow, orange, red, purple. I think there was a cerulean Gen belt. That had to have been Gen belt. People, you give them a little bit of achievement, a little bit of up leveling, a little bit of something that says, hey, I'm no longer a novice in this thing. I'm making some progress. Those kinds of things, Sarah, just make people feel so good. It just makes people feel good, and they're wanting to hang out with you. For me, it was that Facebook group that I ran for a while. That was great stuff. You can do this in your business without a bot, is what I'm trying to say. You absolutely can do it without a bot, but having that stuff inside a chatbot is so valuable. I'll tell you a little story. I've been telling a lot of stories today. I've missed you. That's why. Tell you a little story. So there was Zootopia is the name of this movie. And for Zootopia, they created a chatbot experience where kids could get on, they could go through some exercises, they could earn detective badges, all of that kind of stuff. The real thing beyond this chatbot story is that they made very few trailers, which are very expensive, and the engagement on them is what? Your eyeballs are on it? Fantastic. But then they took the money they had been shifting toward previews, they put it into this chatbot, and they got incredible amounts of engagement. because people could have an adventure, explore, discover inside the chatbot, earn badges, all of that kind of stuff. And that is a story I'll remember forever. I've been on that chatbot. I've signed up for it. They let me, and it's where I learned about the power of gamification and the power of, here's the deal. People are going to get tired of chatbots. Remember when email was like a miracle? Remember when email was like, oh, I just hit send and somebody got this message and they're 3 states away, and isn't that super cool? Remember when that was cool? Remember when you put a message on your a post on Twitter or Facebook or any one of these things, and it got to people, and that was beautiful and amazing. Every marketing channel loses its shine. When that happens, you want to have a chatbot that is incredibly engaging. It will still work for you. It won't be boring like the other chatbots. Anyway, I got off on a little track there, so I'm glad you're patient with me. I'm very good. Brad is here. Welcome. Glad you're here, my friend. Okay, I've got some more messages. I like challenges. Is that some of the same thing? Absolutely. So I build a lot of bots for coaches that have challenges, because if you're a coach, you're focused on helping your clients transform their lives in some way, whether it's health and fitness and losing weight or wellness, or, any of the coaching things out there. Most of them will run a challenge to attract more people, to get people engaged that have been hanging out a while, to get folks to have some sort of a transformative experience. And that of course leads clients their way. You can absolutely deliver those in a chatbot, and it's super easy to do so. And I've delivered several, and so I know the kind of the ins and outs. It's a great place to start. Mike Wilkerson, hello, my friend. I'm not certain that I'm commenting in the right place. You are, Mike. You're in the right place, my friend. I'll try to remember what I'd sent across and re-emulate it here. Oh, you were commenting somewhere else. I get it. Yeah, that's a tough thing with cross-posting sometimes. Very good. So, third thing I want you to watch out for when you are looking for a chatbot builder. Get a chatbot builder that wants you to be involved. If you run into a person and your visions seem to align, and you've played with some examples and they're nice, but they fail this third point, they say something like this: you can just hand me your stuff, I will build you your bot, you can set it and forget it, and it'll just bring you money. No, it won't. No, it won't. And you'll find out later when you've already spent the money. Bots don't work that way. They just don't work that way. It's not a set it and forget it experience. It's a collaboration. It's a part where, I build bots for people, but I build message structures. I hook everything up on the back end. I'll take care of technology, but I have to have my people involved in it. They have to be willing to look at messages, to give them a little zhuzh every once in a while where I've maybe gotten a fact wrong, or if there's not enough personality in there. I want to meet with people. I want to have, continual access to them and their ideas, because people change directions in a second. And you want that chatbot to reflect that too. Hire somebody who wants your involvement, because those are the chatbots that work, quite frankly. I was telling you that I once upon a time, when I started building, I would do a chatbot for you. I did a couple of those. They fell flat. With the best of intentions, all parties involved. Because when I finally handed that chatbot over, that beautiful baby chatbot, when I finally handed that over to folks, they didn't have enough knowledge about how it worked and what to do and what they wanted out of it. and the chatbots never went anywhere. So that's when I decided to move over to a collaborative structure. It really works a heck of a lot better. Trust me on this one, but that's one of the things that you're looking for. Bots are not a set it and forget it. They're just not. They sound like they might be. I get it. They're not that way. So Adam's here. We're having a complete party now. When you need to build your bot, easy, speak with a bot queen. I do need a tiara. I do. Thanks for the comment, Adam. I love you so much. You know that. Brad says having a chatbot builder lets you be involved is critical for lots of reasons. And take it from the Brad because he is a marketing guy and he knows. He has been through the stuff as well. So very good. Sarah says, tip number 3, get a chatbot builder who wants you to be involved. Absolutely. Very good. So those are kind of the tips that I have when looking for a chatbot builder. You know, it's a different experience than hiring most of your tech people. Most of your tech people, they're working on something that has been around quite a while. Infusionsoft, or they're building websites on WordPress or Squarespace or wherever they're doing that, or they're working with your email provider. All of those are known quantities. Bots change real fast. And they're currently kind of still an unknown quantity in the space. I was speaking at a convention this last weekend in Phoenix. It was fabulous, by the way, and I highly recommend Let's Talk Impact with Jane M. Powers. Contact me if you want to talk about that because it was amazing. And it was a conference about, you know, how to basically speak. It was a lot of stuff about speaking, which I completely learned a whole lot about speaking I never had before. But what I found when it was my turn to speak at the conference, I had about 30 minutes and I was talking about what a bot is, and most of the audience had no idea what I was talking about. And they didn't know. Now, I knew that very well by the time I hit the stage, and it was fine. But most people still don't know what this thing is, which means that if you're working on one of these right now, or if you want to work on one of these, when you send the messages, some people are still not quite sure what's going on. So know this. If you keep these 3 things in mind, if you be sure that vision is aligned with the person that you're talking to, if you've played with some examples and you like them, and if you are talking to a person who wants you to be involved in the process, then hire that person. Do it. Because chatbots are great. It being new is also means it's a great place to experiment and maybe get stuff wrong and tweak stuff and make some moves here or there. Not everything about this is how it works is set in stone. And so it's a wonderful time to get a toe in the water. Of course I'm going to say that though. I'm going to say that. Anyway, Jenny, you are never late for any of my live stream experiences. Sometimes you're early for the next one. But if you've joined while we're going on, you're not late. I'm glad to see you today. I need to catch up with you, my friend. So that's kind of what I had for today. The reason this topic came about, I was talking to, just yet another person who had a really tough experience. They'd invested a lot of money. It promptly went nowhere. And so I wanted to do a show about this. If you're shopping, shop wisely, my friends. Shop wisely and you will be rewarded. Jenny is giggling, and as you should be. Very good. Experiment. Go into the mind lab of bots. Mix those beakers. I'm holding imaginary beakers right here. Yes. That is what we do here in the bot cave, which is my office. We, I am always trying out something new, always experimenting, always, it's a game that I like to play because I know I can't break the bot. So as many of you know, I am open. I am open for business, and if anybody's interested, I invite you to play inside my chatbot. Spinning Dragon is her name. She is my little digital clone, my virtual communications ninja. And I invite you to play around inside there, see what you like. And if you want to chat, there's a button you can hit right on the bottom. If you're on the phone, you can hit schedule a call and you can get on my schedule. We could talk bots. It's an Ask Me Anything session where I just answer whatever questions you have. Sometimes that's the best way. There's also a free mini course in there. You can totally do that if you want. But bottom line, I absolutely want to spread the word about this marketing method. I haven't found a marketing method in years that I wanted to shout about, but shout about this one I do, and on a regular basis. If you never want to miss another show, it's super easy to do that. Just type live and put it in the comments there. And just wear your goggles. This weekend, Adam, I wore a cape. When I spoke from stage, I wore a cape, and for the first 2 days, I had a very uncomfortable and scratchy mask. It did not fit quite around this noggin. I have a big noggin, kids. Not that I'm smarter for sure, but I have a big noggin, and I absolutely had my little mask, my little cape. It was an incredibly fabulous deal. So I will have to tell you about that. Teresa says, I've got a question about bots themselves. Can I add people in manually, or do people have to opt in on their own? Great question. And let me tell you, right now, it's always been this way, and forever it will be this way. And I say that with confidence. People opt in. You have to have people opt in. There is no way to subscribe anyone to a bot on my end. There's no way to do that on the backside. What people generally do in the case where they're building their audience for their bot is that they find several ways to point people in. They had, like me, I have several .coms that will lead you directly into the bot. I have this comment live and you'll get reminders that lead you into the bot as well. I have a ton of stuff going, and I promote it all the time. I'll tell you what, my bot numbers are not huge. They're not. But my customers, my clients right now are keeping me. I mean, there's been more return on investment in this particular thing than there ever has on anything else. So don't be worried and concerned if your numbers are small for a while. Don't sweat that. Start conversations. Build good habits with people. Keep banging the drum on that bot. I hardly ever lead anybody back to my website anymore. My website's great. I have SEO Oprah on the case. That's Kim Boltzmann, if you didn't know. She's working on that stuff for me. The website's getting found. That's great. But when I'm talking to people and when I'm leading them somewhere to talk to me, I'm leading them to the bot. So every single chance I get, and that has paid off for me. And my other clients as well. Very good. That's what permission marketing is all about. I love you, Jenny. Permission marketing. I'm going to use that phrase. Very good. Adam says they have to authorize it, or otherwise it could lead a bad path of Spamville. And believe me, there are spam bot builders out there. There are. They play on your emotions. They hit you with messages that you don't need, that are not targeted. They do a whole bunch of things in there that are no good. Every marketing channel gains spammers, probably spammers first, but not everybody is doing it that way. So just know that. Sarah, I'm reconsidering my fortnightly, I love that word, fortnightly newsletter as a way of promoting my business. Would a bot outperform that form of marketing? Okay, it depends on what you want to do, my friend. Do you want to start conversations, build relationships, figure out where that person goes in your circle? If yes, bot's going to outperform email. Unless, well, let me back up a little bit. Most people write a newsletter and it will give information about, whatever that person's kind of thinking at the time. It'll give information about maybe what's coming up this week. It'll maybe give you a link or two to some live streams, something like that. It's a newsletter to keep people updated on what you're doing. Those are fine. But I find myself, even with clients and people that I love, reading very few newsletters nowadays. The emails that I read are emails that are telling someone's story, that are personal, that are, goes without saying, well written. I read emails like that. About 1 out of every 100 are like that, though. So I think with email, I think it's not dead. I think we just need to learn to use it differently. And most newsletter structures are, oh, it's nice that I'm hearing from that person, but it's not really something that I will pop in and read. Bots outperform email a lot, by a lot. Open rate on a messenger message is 90%. An open rate on email is, if you're doing good, 20%. Click-through rate much less than that. So you can do the math there. I really, for most things, I just do it through a chatbot now. I keep people updated through my chatbot. It is, and I keep them short and I keep them sweet and I keep them targeted toward the people that I know will value from that information. I hope that answers your question, but if it didn't, you can write another one in the comments and I will do that one as well. Do I have a referral or affiliate program? I am in the process, Bard Pomelin, and I would love to have you in it. Yeah, that's a happening, my friends. I learned some stuff about joint ventures and stuff like that this weekend as well. It was crazy stuff I had never heard of before in my life. But it was very interesting to me. So I shall be reporting on that. But affiliate program as it is, I don't have one. Referral program I definitely do have. If you and we can talk offline about that, but basically if you refer me people that sign up or pay for a class or become one of my contract folks, then you get a certain amount back. So it's basically everybody else's referral program too, right? But the affiliate program I don't have a link for yet. Sarah Fox says, yes. Very good. Cindy Harrison, hey, you made it today. Now you made my day. So yeah, that's kind of what is going on in the bot cave today. We will be, tomorrow I'm going to be on Stephen Healy's show at the Live Video Hub. We're going to be talking about something that is very interesting and is kind of brought to my attention this week, or actually it was last week, but I was insanely busy last week. It is regarding some new rules that Facebook is making regarding what they call the 24+1 rule. And so that's going to be very interesting. Just in short, the 24+1 rule, it means that you cannot contact somebody outside of a 24-hour window unless they have signed up for subscription information. You can send somebody one message past 24 hours, but you can't send them any more than that. And this has been a rule all along, by the way. Facebook is just saying now that instead of that every person needs to go through a process where they say, yes, I will not send people stuff that they don't want, that they have not subscribed to after that 24-hour window has passed. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that and what the change means to people. Basically, we'll have to go through a little review process. I've already been through it, and I'll be leading my clients through it as well this week. It's not as big of a panic as some people are saying it is. Trust me on that. So very good. Oh, Steven says it's our show. It is our show, my friend. Put it on the agenda, my friend. 24 plus run rule. We're going to go through that bad boy tomorrow. Cindy says, I'd like to pull the chatbot signups over into my MailChimp list. Is there an easy way to do this? Oh, you know that there is. Now, first of all, I do want to tell you this. If you're going to take information out of your bot and put it somewhere else, got to let people know. Remember that GDPR thing? May 25th? Like D-Day for email lists or something like that. Some people were saying it was. It wasn't that serious. But basically, for members of the European Union, members of the European Union live all over the world, by the way. For people that are citizens, of the EU, it is not legal anymore to take their information from one place and put it in another without express consent. What this means is when people are joining your chatbot, give them an opportunity to say, yes, it's cool that this information is used. No, it's not cool with me. I don't want you to use my information. Don't do, I've seen a lot of people do a lot of things. For me, you got to hit a button in my bot to give me express consent. I'm not playing around with it. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people do it a lot of ways, but it's super easy to do that. Cindy, use Zapier. If you know that program, and shoot it into a Google spreadsheet, but do yourself a favor before that happens and get everybody's express consent that you can use their information. I always tell them too what I'm using it for. If I'm going to use it outside the bot, I say, I'm going to use this to send you emails every once in a while. When I'm using the information inside the bot, I say, I'm using this to personalize your experience. I always tell them, just be upfront and honest and give them a choice, and you will be great. You will stand out. In fact. Okay, very good. See if I'm calm. Oh, yes, we know about GDPR. Oh, I know you do. It was so super annoying at the time. It was just like, oh, I gotta change everything now. But honestly, it's great. You know what? Anything that prevents spam, in my opinion, is fantastic because life is too short for spam. I know you'll probably agree with me there. Let me know if you don't. Anyway, so doing a show tomorrow with a live video hub with Stephen Healy, 11 Central. I will be back here on the Bot Signal on Thursday at 1, our normal time, and doing some nerdy girls geek out with that Kim Boltzma character on Friday at 11 a.m. So all of those things are coming up. Sarah says, you have to give informed, explicit consent. So before you pass the info to MailChimp, you need to say what you're doing and why. You also need to explain how they can unsubscribe. Clarity is king. It sure is. It sure is. Yeah, you've got to do those things. You didn't have to do it in the past, but I'll tell you what. We talked about this at the conference that I went to this weekend. When you give somebody your business card and they put you on an email list without your permission, how does that make you feel? So, in essence, a lot of marketing practices that make us feel icky, it's absolutely okay to stop doing them. I give you permission right now. And in some cases, it's starting to get illegal. So know that. Know that before you begin, my friend, and you'll go far with it. It's absolutely fine to take people's information and put them on an email list or shoot it into a spreadsheet so you can use it later. It's absolutely fine to do this. Some people absolutely highly recommend it because, if you don't, people look at it as, well, you're putting all your eggs in one basket, with Facebook Messenger. So in some cases it's highly recommended, but just know the rules before you start. That there's a couple of things that you need to be upfront and honest about before you do that. Brad says, "Thanks for the great info, RJ. Thank you for listening, Brad. Brad's amazing. Get to know him if you don't." Teresa says, "I'll have to catch Thursday and Friday on replay. I'll be in the woods." Oh, you enjoy yourself, my friend. Do enjoy yourself. That sounds wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up for today. If you have any other questions, toss them in the comment. Um, Sarah, just you're my new best friend. It's okay to stop the icky marketing stuff. In some cases, it is now illegal. It absolutely is. Very good, darlings. So gonna wrap it up for today, but if you want to come see me later on this week, you got some opportunities. As always, my audience is the best in the whole world. And I'm so glad that you stopped by and see me. Let me know. Get into the chat bot. Tell Spinning Dragon if there's a topic that you want to hear on this show. I want to know about it. So let Spinning Dragon know, and she'll deliver me that message, and we'll do a show. We'll do a show about chatbots plus your favorite topics. So thanks again, everybody. You know I love you, and with that, I will see you in a bot.